Hello, everyone. This is Anaya Felder here with your local Belleville News with Naya podcast. Last week, Belleville High School's Tiger Drama Productions team put on SpongeBob the Musical. Well, today, we will be interviewing some of the cast, directors, and ensemble about their part in the play. So let's go inside and take a look. We are now inside. I'm speaking with the director and choreographer of the play. Can you tell me your name, please, sir?
Kyle Whitehouse.
Sydney Bramlett.
Now, Mr. Whitehouse, you were the director, right?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell me what it was like directing something like SpongeBob?
It was a lot of work, a lot of time, but it was really rewarding, and I'm really proud of just how much the students have done, and then our adult staff. We worked really hard to make something so magical happen, and so I just feel really proud of the process and what we put on stage.
What were you looking for in the students when you casted them as their roles?
I was just looking for like new choices, honestly. This is my first year being the director in the program, and I didn't really know a lot of the students, so I was looking for people to stand out and to make choices that weren't just already on screen or on the stage, but what they were doing themselves. And so I wanted to see their own fresh takes and how they fit into the character. And I think what we got out of everyone is exactly what I was looking for.
What night do you think they gave their best performance?
I think every night they gave their best performance. I think closing night was just they felt the weight of like this is the last time that we are going to put this show on stage, and it came across in their singing, their acting, their dancing, every aspect. It was a very emotional day. We all cried. I cried too, and it was just that last show was just really like in my heart, and I'm really really proud of all of them.
How did you work with Sydney here, the choreographer?
I like to say me and Sydney worked very well together. She was one of the best things to happen to this program. We found each other very late in the ball game, but what she got out of all of these students is something I could have never imagined. And I just feel really, really thankful to have found her. And we're going to keep creating magic at Belleville.
And Sydney, what was it like choreographing something like SpongeBob?
It's a lot of work. This show has a lot of dance numbers, very different styles. Almost every number has a different style of dance to it, and there's 40 kids on stage almost at all times, so it was very difficult coordinating everybody at once, but they were super duper great and always ready to work, always super, most of the time, super focused, and was always ready to play. And that's what I'm always looking for in my actors is just the willingness to try things. Even if you're not good at it the first time you do it, just always trying. And this was a great group for that.
How long did it take for you to prepare their dances?
Depends on the number. Some of the shorter numbers take me a couple of hours, but longer numbers like Super Sea Star Savior, which is about a 4.5 minute number, takes 1 to 2 days if I really dig into it, which I did because there was a lot happening on stage.
And what were you looking for in the dancers when they were casted?
When we were doing auditions, I was really looking for dancers willing to try, like I said before, but also who picked up the choreography really quickly because we had 3 months, but because of the number of dances in this show, they had to pick it up super quickly. I like to get dance numbers done in one rehearsal, so I was looking for students who were ready to pick up choreo quickly and ready to work.
What do you feel their best dance number was throughout the show?
Probably Super Sea Star Savior because they had the most fun with it. They just had a blast doing it, and I loved watching them do it because I could see the joy on their face while doing it.
Can you show us your nails, please?
Yes, absolutely. Nails by Sarah Wienheis. My SpongeBob nails. I always like to have something to wear from the show whenever I do a show. Usually a sweater or a t-shirt or something, but for this show I had these beautiful nails.
They're very nice. And my last question for both of you is, would you guys see yourselves doing this again in the future?
Oh, absolutely. I hope to be around here for a very long time, so I'm looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, I'm already getting people ready for next year's show. I'm ready to go.
Thank you guys both for your time. We're here with the star of the show, SpongeBob. Can you tell us your name, please?
Damon. Full name or?
Hi, Damon. So, can you tell me what it was like portraying such an iconic character like SpongeBob?
It was super fun. It took a lot of falling asleep to SpongeBob and watching a lot of SpongeBob and character learning stuff to be like, to really get into it.
How do you think it was like bringing the animated part of the show to life? Because SpongeBob is very colorful, very whimsical, and I can imagine it might be hard to portray in person.
I think for me, because I kind of like I already come off as like really energetic and animated already. It wasn't super hard, so doing it was kind of more so like making sure I got the character right.
And we see in the play a conflict with SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs kind of values him as just a simple sponge, and he wants to prove that he's more than that, and he's not taken seriously. How do you think he developed throughout the show?
Honestly, I think throughout the show he kind of starts off as like really happy. Like he always stays happy-go-lucky, but starting off, I don't think he really believes that anything can go wrong. But then when something does, it's kind of like throws him off at first. But because of all the stuff like his friends and also himself building himself up, it kind of goes from like I can't do this to you know what like I can and did. So I think he's a honestly a really dynamic character than more people think.
How do you think his relationship with Patrick kind of evolved throughout the show?
I think at first it was like, oh yeah, like really tight knit, but after the whole conflict, after Super C Star Savior, that really broke them up really hard. But even so, they still were best friends forever, like they said.
And my last question is, what was your favorite part of the show?
Oh my gosh. My favorite part is I Guess I Miss You and also Super C Star Savior.
Thank you for your time, Damon.
Thank you.
We're here with the actor who portrayed Squidward. Can you tell us your name, please?
Logan LaRock.
Logan, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to get in character for Squidward?
He was definitely a grump. I had to do a lot of research because I had actually never seen anything SpongeBob related before. So, as a cast, we watched a couple of the episodes. I sort of did some research on the guy who portrayed Squidward on the Broadway, Gavin Lee, super iconic, by the way. And I kind of listened to what he said for how he got into character.
What was it like? You bring up him being a grump. What was it like to play a character who's a grump in a show where everybody's more so energetic and colorful and happy, and he's just kind of himself?
It was hard because there's so many of the songs are like so good, and it's like I want to dance so bad, but I have to stand there and be like, I don't like this song, even though I'm like I do like this song.
What was it like having the extra legs? Did it make it hard to perform?
I had to relearn how to walk. I had to relearn entirely how to walk. I don't even know how else to like say it. It was so complicated. Sometimes pieces would like dig into me. We had to like readjust things. There was constantly parts being added to the legs, so pretty much every day at rehearsal I would have to refigure out how to walk without causing my feet to hurt.
To close off, can you tell me what your favorite moment from the play was?
I gotta say my whole big number, I'm Not a Loser. I have to say that number. It was like everything that I had ever dreamed of as a kid because I love tap dance.
Thank you for your time, Logan.
Yeah, of course.
I'm here with our next actor who played Mr. Krabs. Can you tell us your name?
I'm Braylon Hubbard.
Can you tell me what it was like playing Mr. Krabs and getting in character for him?
So honestly, it was a crazy experience. I did have to look at the show and everything, and the hardest part about the role, honestly, was trying to get the voice down because it was at a place that was really weird in my voice, so it was really difficult learning that. But once I learned it and got everything down, it was so awesome to be able to do it.
Was it hard to learn the Mr. Crab laugh?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty hard. It took a lot of trial and too many errors, But eventually, I did get it down towards the end of the show. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Did you have to go back and watch maybe a lot of SpongeBob episodes to kind of try to mimic it?
A ton. Even though I grew up watching SpongeBob and I knew like a bunch of the episodes, I did have to go back and watch a lot of SpongeBob episodes just to get the character down and everything.
Do you feel Mr. Krabs got any character development throughout the play with his relationship with Pearl? So it was kind of a conflict with like him caring a lot about money and Pearl wanting more attention from him and him to care less about money. So do you think he grew from that?
So I think he did gain something from it. Now, is it as much as it should have happened? No, but he did gain a lot from it, gain some from it. Like he learned that his daughter could sing and actually started paying attention to her, other than just paying attention about money. And I think was the development he had in this whole story.
And what about his relationship with SpongeBob? Because you kind of seen the conflict where he's kind of like, you're just a simple sponge. You're not going to be more than that. How do you think his view of SpongeBob changed and how he started to value him more by the end?
So he did see him value him more because in the show, SpongeBob, Sandy, and Patrick, they save the town, and SpongeBob's the main one who leads everyone in that charge and helps everyone's mood improve by the end of the show to make them stop fighting each other. So when Mr. Krabs saw that, he saw SpongeBob and was like, huh, maybe he actually could be a manager one day. Maybe he's not just a simple sponge as I'm giving him credit for. So I think his relationship with SpongeBob improved during the show because of that specific moment.
My last question, Braylon, is what was your favorite moment from the show?
So my favorite moment was when I got to do Poor Pirates. When actually I was actually not Mr. Krabs at the time, but when I got to do Poor Pirates, that was my favorite number, and I loved running out in the audience and interacting with people and having an eye patch on, which was an experience in itself during a dance number and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that one.
Thank you for your time, Braylon.
Yeah, no, thank you.
We're standing here now with the actress who portrayed Pearl. Can you tell us your name, please?
Nevaeh Robinson.
Hi, Nevaeh. So, can you tell us what it was like portraying Pearl?
At first I was a little skeptical about it because I'm not gonna lie, Pearl in the cartoon, she was not my favorite. But I feel like the more I portrayed her, the more I could understand her and where she was coming from.
What do you feel about her relationship with her dad, Mr. Krabs? Do you feel they got character development and they developed throughout the show kind of together in their own way?
They definitely did at the end. Mr. Krabs finally, started to understand her after her entire song with Mr. Krabs and how he was just so obsessed with money. But in the end, I would say that their relationship grew.
Were there any hardships of playing a character like Pearl? Because she kind of was known for being whiny and a bit of a brat in the show.
Yes, definitely trying to portray that bratty act.
Do you feel Pearl had any character development when she joined the Electric Eels?
She had character development because it helped her realize that, at the end, her line is, we don't need some boy band to rock for us, we can do it ourselves. I definitely feel like her interaction with them and then them leaving, doing their own thing, I definitely feel like that benefited her and her relationship with her dad as well.
And my last question is, what was your favorite part of the play?
No, for sure. This one.
Thank you for your time, Nevaeh. I'm here with two actresses who portrayed Sandy. Can you tell me your name, please?
Emma Bauer.
Morgan Liggins.
Now, Emma, can you tell me what it was like portraying Sandy?
It was really fun. It was just really shocking because I didn't know I was gonna go on. Yeah.
It was a blast. It was so much fun. I think my favorite part would probably have to be just being the character and being able to be with the cast and all that.
So, can you guys tell me what it was like kind of playing a character like Sandy where she's smart, she's very organized, well put together, compared to other characters where they're more so kind of just chaotic and go with the flow?
It was like SpongeBob is kind of smart-ish in the musical, I guess. Patrick is like the complete opposite. So it was kind of fun to just be like the smart one in the group.
Like we established, Sandy's a character where she's kind of the smart one.
Mm-hmm.
So, throughout the play, we kind of seen her being ostracized and being uttered throughout the show because she's smart and because she's a land creature in an environment where everyone's a sea creature underwater. So, what do you think that deeper message of that, how her treatment is supposed to mean throughout the show?
Honestly, we all took it in a racial standpoint. Yeah, we all were like, to be honest, it kind of represented our world and how we kind of move because the ones who are more intelligent and more intellectual are normally the ones who are, casted out and just looked down upon because you think you're all that and things like that. So we kind of just looked at it like that.
That's exactly how I looked at it too.
Well, to close off, can you both tell me what your favorite part of the play was?
The part where I said, science, y'all, that's the answer.
I really liked doing Chop to the Top. It was a really fun experience.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, thank you guys both for your time.
Thank you.
I'm here with the actors who played Larry the Lobster, Gary, and the mayor of Bikini Bottom. Can you please tell me your name?
My name is Layla Holmes. My name is Juliana DiGiorgio.
Oh, Juliana, can you tell me of how you played the mayor?
And the mayor, I just kind of made it my own as far as I liked the fact that she kind of took control when she saw an opportunity, and also she was not so nice. I feel like I'm the opposite. I'm a pretty nice person.
And can you tell me a little bit about what it was like playing Larry and Gary?
Well, with playing Larry the Lobster, I feel like he was really like a character where you could really like play with him a lot. like with like different voices and like different hand movements. It made it a lot more fun to do since I am like a really outgoing and like out there person. And it was really fun playing Larry the Lobster too, especially because of his like tough guy and like beachy attitude, especially with Gary too. It was really fun voice acting him with the mouths and stuff, trying to figure out how to actually do it. I enjoyed it.
Do you feel like your character, the mayor, got any character development throughout the show, or she kind of stayed the same?
After Act 1 and the beginning of Act 2, she just became more like kind of like chaotic. And she kind of just took power wherever she saw that she could. And then at the end, she like apologizes for her wrong actions and wrongdoing. So I think she definitely had some development, and she also started to care for more people.
What do you think your dynamic with Larry was like throughout the show?
Larry was my bodyguard, so we were kind of just chilling, always next to me, protecting me, and Layla and I really took that as like we just kind of played around with that, especially when the boulder scene. I would like hold on to Layla and like or Larry, and then we would go like left, right, left, right. It was just fun.
And what do you think your dynamic was like with Juliana playing her bodyguard?
I mean, it was different every time in each scene, honestly. Like, if you listen closely when you were watching the musical, you could kind of hear me yell, "Oh no, Miss Mare, we have to get out of here!" Because like throughout the show, like towards the beginning of it, Larry didn't really know where to go. But seeing as Larry's like a big tough guy, and they always have like this a leader attitude or personality, they obviously wanted to follow somebody who's like an authority figure, and that was Miss Mare. And through time, that's how I became her bodyguard through it. But like towards the end, Larry realized, well, this doesn't really make sense. No offense, Miss Mayor, but you weren't the best government leader, and he opened his eyes to that instead of just being like blind. And I had a lot of fun with Juliana too. She did really good with her character.
Well, thank you guys both for your time.
Thank you.
Our next person here played the reporter in SpongeBob. Can you tell us your name, please?
Mackenzie Verge.
And can you tell us what the reporter's name was?
Perch Perkins.
What was it like portraying him in the show?
It was very fun. I got to be dramatic and very flamboyant.
What do you think the significance of his role in the play was? He's kind of the guy stirring up everything.
Yeah, he was just there to spread gossip, and that's about it.
What do you think your favorite moment playing Perch Perkins was?
My opening line, breaking news, that is something we should be worried about.
Well, thank you for your time, Mackenzie. Now that all of the interviews are complete, to close off, they're going to show us something special that they do to close off their space.
So this is what we do to close out our theater. Hey guys, what's that on the ground? LeBron. Oh wow. Now pick it up. Let's be the three. Let's be the three. 1, 2, 3. Lesbians. They just say lesbians. Shut up, yes.
Special thanks to Davia Gross for being my camera woman for this video. Please go check out her photography Instagram page. Tune into our next podcast video featuring special interview guest Belleville High School's college advisor, Miss Anaya. And if you, your business, or local Belleville event is interested in being interviewed by us, please fill out this form on my Instagram, link in bio.